In this video, we will continue with the interesting story about Taffy and how the first letter was written by her. The story so far. Tegumai Bopsulai, a Neolithic man, lived in a cave with his wife Teshumai Tevindro and daughter Taffy. One day he and Taffy went to the Wagai river to spear carp fish. He accidentally broke his spear. He then began to repair the spear as the other spear was left at home, which was far away. A stranger passed by who did not speak their language. He misunderstood Tegumai to be a great chief and Taffy to be the great daughter of the chief. Taffy asked him to take a message to her mother and bring back Tegumai's spear so that he could fish. The stranger did not understand her, but gave her a piece of birch bark to show his good intent. Taffy could not write, but she could draw. She pulled out the sharp tooth from the stranger's necklace and began to draw. Now, we will continue with the remainder of the lesson. So he gave Taffy the shark's tooth and she lay down flat on her tummy with her legs in the air like some people on the drawing room floor when they want to draw pictures. And she said, "Now I'll draw you some beautiful pictures. You can look over my shoulder, but you mustn't joggle." Means don't jerk me. First I'll draw Daddy fishing. It isn't very like him, but Mummy will know because I've drawn his spear all broken. Well, now I'll draw the other spear that he wants, the black-handled spear. It looks like it as if it was sticking in Daddy's back, but that's because the shark's tooth slipped and this piece of bark isn't big enough. So the small child that Taffy is lays down, on a stomach, that is tummy, with her legs in the air, and she starts drawing. And as she's drawing, she's giving him a running commentary of what else she's drawing. She says, "Now I will draw you some beautiful pictures. You can look and see over my shoulder." Okay, she's giving him instructions, though he is an adult. And then she tells him, "Okay, you can look, but don't shake me. Okay, don't jerk me." First, she'll draw Daddy. Okay, but it's not like Daddy. But Mummy will know because I've drawn his spear all broken. Then she keeps on telling him what she's going to draw. And then because she's not drawing very well, she gives him an excuse that the shark's tooth slips and the piece of bark isn't big enough. So, who does the author refer to when he says some people? Okay, the author refers to children or adults who lie on their stomachs while on their beds doing what they like to do, that is drawing. Now continuing with the story. "That's the spear I want you to fetch. So I'll draw a picture of me myself splaining to you." Okay. Yeah, splaining, short form for explaining. That's the way she speaks. She's a child. "My hair doesn't stand up like I've drawn, but it's easier to draw it that way. Now I'll draw you. I think you're very nice really, but I can't make you pretty in the picture. So you mustn't be offended. Are you offended?" So offended here, short form for offended. So she draws the spear and she said, "This is the spear I want you to fetch." Fetch means to bring back. So she draws a picture of herself explaining to the stranger man. But her hair comes up like, center shock ad. All her hair up there. So she says, "What to do? I cannot draw it any proper way because it's easier to draw that kind of hair." Okay. And she says, "I can't make you very pretty in the picture, but don't get offended with me." Now the stranger, and he was a Tawara, polite, very humble person, not very clever, he smiled. And in his mind he thought, there must be a big battle going to be fought somewhere, some big war going to be fought somewhere. And this extraordinary child who takes my magic shark tooth but who does not swell up or burst, is telling me to call all the great chief's tribe to help him. He is a great chief, or he would have noticed me. Now see what Taffy is telling him. Taffy is on a mission to tell him to bring back her daddy's spear. And he is thinking that there's some big war going to be fought somewhere, and Taffy is an extraordinary child, very unusual or exceptional, because she touched my magic shark tooth and she didn't swell up, she didn't become big like a balloon and burst. Okay, and she's telling me to call the chief's tribe, the people who he is the chief of, the people who live together, work together, speak the same language. So I have to go and call the tribe to help him in this battle. Okay, so big misunderstanding. Look, said Taffy, drawing very hard and rather scratchily. Now I've drawn you and I've put the spear that Daddy wants into your hand, just to remind you that you're to bring it. Now I'll show you how to find my mummy's living address. You go along till you come to 2 trees. She shows him, these are the trees. And then you go over the hill, and she shows him by drawing, that's the hill. And then you come to a beaver swamp full of beavers. I haven't put in all the beavers because I can't draw beavers, but I've drawn their heads, and that's all you'll see of them when you cross the swamp. Mind you, don't fall in. Then our cave is just beyond or just after the beaver swamp. It isn't as high as the hills really, but I can't draw things very small. Then she says, that's my mummy outside. She is beautiful. She is the most beautifulest mummy. Okay, beautifulest here is a word used by a child, meaning most beautiful. Okay, but she won't be offended. Again, short form for offended. When she sees I've drawn her so plain. Plain means she drew her mummy very simple. She couldn't draw very well. She'll be pleased of me because I can draw. Now, in case you forget, I've drawn the spear that Daddy wants outside our cave. It's inside really, but you show the picture to my mummy and she'll give it to you. I've made her holding up her hands because I know she'll be so pleased to see you. Isn't it a beautiful picture? And do you quite understand, or shall I explain again? So she gives him the full thing of what she wants him to do. She draws very hard, means she's drawing and trying to make the best picture for him. And she says that spear that Daddy wants, I put it into your hand so that I need you to remind you that you are supposed to bring it back. Then she gives him an idea how to find her mummy. And she says that, be careful. Don't fall into the beaver swamp. And just after the beaver swamp is our cave. Okay. And there you will find my mummy, who is very beautiful. And go there and show her this picture. Okay. And she'll be very pleased or happy to see you. And then she looks at a picture and she says, isn't this a beautiful picture? And should I explain again, or have you understood? Now, is Taffy's drawing realistic? Is it real? In how many ways does it fail to show a real picture? Now, the question itself tells you that it's not a real picture. The question itself says that it fails. So, therefore, it's not a realistic picture. Taffy's drawing is unrealistic. It does not show the real picture at all. Her father seems to have been attacked by an army. She seems to be scared, and the stranger man seems to be the attacker, which is not the truth at all. The stranger man, and he was a Tevara, looked at the picture and nodded very hard. He said to himself, if I do not fetch this great chief's tribe to help him, he will be slain by his enemies who are coming up on all sides with spears. Now I see why the great chief pretended not to notice me. He feared that his enemies were hiding in the bushes and would see him. Therefore, he turned to me his back and let the wise and wonderful child draw the terrible picture showing me his difficulties. I will away and get help for him from his tribe. He did not even ask Taffy the road, but raced off into the bushes like the wind, with the birch bark in his hand. And Taffy sat down most pleased. Now, this is the picture that Taffy had drawn for him. So the stranger man, Tevara, looked at the picture, nodded very hard. In his mind, he's thinking that I have to get the chief's men or people from his tribe to help him, or he will be killed by his enemies who are coming on all sides with spears. So now he says, now I know why the chief pretended not to see me, why he is not turning towards me, because he's afraid that his enemies are hiding in the bushes and they would see him. Therefore, he's pretending not to see me, and he's allowing his daughter, the wise and wonderful daughter, to draw the picture to show me his difficulties. Now, without asking Taffy the road, he raced off into the bushes as fast as the wind with the birch bark in his hand. Okay. How did the stranger interpret Taffy's drawing? Interpret meaning, how did he understand? Looking at Taffy's drawing, the stranger thought that there was going to be a battle and that a large enemy with spears was coming from all sides to attack Tegumai. Further, he thought that Taffy was sending him to her tribe to call for help. What have you been doing, Taffy? Said Tegumai. He had mended his spear, or he had repaired his spear, and was carefully waving it to and fro. It's a little berangement of my own, Daddy dear. Now, berangement is another word used by her. There is no word called berangement, but the arrangement made by Taffy are called berangements. Okay. Now, she tells her daddy like a little adult. No? She deals with the adults like as if she is an adult. If you won't ask me questions, you'll know all about it in a little time and you'll be surprised. You don't know how surprised you'll be, Daddy. Promise you'll be surprised. Very well, said Tegumai and went on fishing. The stranger man, did you know he was a Tevara? Hurried away with the picture and ran for some miles till quite by accidentally. He did not know where he was going. He just ran and ran and ran. But he found Teshumai Tevindro at the door of her cave, talking to some other Neolithic ladies who had come to a primitive lunch. Okay. Primitive meaning ancient, olden type of lunch. Taffy was very much like Teshumai, especially about the upper part of her face and the eyes. So the stranger man, always a pure Tevara, smiled politely and handed Teshumai the birch bark. He had run hard so that he panted and his legs were scratched with brambles. But he still tried to be polite because he was a Tevara. Tevara belonging to the Tewar tribe of Madhya Pradesh. Okay, he had run very hard because he thought the chief was in trouble. He wanted to get help. So he comes and he finds by mistake, by accident, he found Teshumai, and he knew that that was Taffy's mother because she looked like Taffy in the upper part of her face and the eyes. So he smiled politely even though he was panting so hard because he had run and his legs were scratched with the prickly shrub, with thorns, but he still tried to be polite. Now, what was the stranger's impression of Teshumai's Tevindro? Impression means what did he think of her? The stranger thought that Teshumai looked exactly like her daughter Taffy, especially the upper part of the face and the eyes. As soon as Teshumai saw the picture, she screamed like anything and flew at the stranger man. The other Neolithic ladies at once knocked him down and sat on him in a long line of 6, while Teshumai pulled his hair. She saw the picture. Now she has totally misunderstood. Taffy has meant to give the address. The stranger man thinks that the chief is in trouble and runs to get his tribe. Now they give the picture to uh, Teshumai, and she screams like anything because she has misunderstood it. And immediately the ladies who had come for the lunch with her knocked down the Tevara or the stranger man and sat on him in a long line of 6, and Teshumai pulled his hair. It was as plain as the nose on this stranger man's face, she says. He has struck my Tegumai all full of spears and frightened poor Taffy so that her hair stands all on end. And not content with that, he brings me a horrid picture of how it was done. Look, she showed the picture to all the Neolithic ladies sitting patiently on the stranger man. She says, it's as plain as the nose on this stranger man's face. It's very clear. That's the meaning of that. It's very clear that he has put all spears into Tegumai, and Taffy has been so frightened that her hair is standing all up like that. And not only he's done all this, he's killed my Tegumai and troubled my Taffy. He's drawing the picture and bringing it to me. And she showed the picture to all the Neolithic ladies who were sitting on the stranger man. Here is my Tegumai with his arm broken. Here is a spear sticking into his back. And here is a man with a spear ready to throw. Another man throwing a spear from the cave. And here are a whole pack of people. Now those pack of people were actually Taffy's beavers, but they looked like people. And they were coming up behind Tegumai. Isn't it shocking, she says. And you see at the end of this lesson how, because we cannot communicate well, the person could not write well, there was no proper communication, such big misunderstanding took place. Okay, so the stranger, the Teshumai flew at meaning she attacked the Tevara very violently. Okay, and then he was not content, he was not satisfied, and he draws a picture of how he comes, how he has treated my husband and daughter. And then this story or this chapter, this lesson in your textbook has been adapted from the big story, How the First Letter Was Written by Rudyard Kipling. Okay. Adapted meaning changed slightly for a particular purpose. Here it is changed to be put into your textbook. So Joseph Rudyard Kipling was an English journalist, short story writer, poet and novelist. You can read his other work. Just So Stories contain a lot of stories with morals and teachings, and the important and very interesting part is that Rudyard Kipling was born in India.